Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show. The Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show. The Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show. The Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show, the Mr. Rodriguez Show. Now it's time, are you ready? Let me know that you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mr. Rodriguez Show. Hey, this is Mr. Rodriguez here. I hope you all had an excellent holiday break. We're back to the grind. I know I had a pretty sweet break. Got a lot of cool toys, got a lot of cool Christmas presents, ate a lot of cool Christmas food, watched a lot of sweet Christmas movies. But other than that, it was a good relaxing break. But we're gonna, hit the ground running like we always do when we come back here. And we're gonna actually do a very special project. This is gonna be a combined project with everybody. Everybody at the school is gonna participate in this project. And it's gonna combine two of my favorite things ever. Art, obviously, you knew that. And music, you knew that too. And we're gonna have a special guest on the show today, Mr. Tony Pete, who is a CW dad actually, but he's also a musician. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about what we're doing a little later with him. But the first thing I wanna do is kind of emphasize why I would do music with art. Why would I connect a lesson like that together? Well, think of art as a giant umbrella. And there's all these things underneath it. The way I classify art is if you create it, it's art. Let's think, and I know a couple of my fourth graders here might be familiar with some of this stuff. But let's think about art, the visual arts, the paintings, drawings, sculptures, stuff like that. The stuff you would normally associate art with. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think of one of my favorite painters, Albert Bierstadt. Now, he was a landscape painter that painted these really beautiful landscapes on a large scale. And you can see right here, his detail was absolutely breathtaking. I love staring at a Bierstadt piece right here. But let's kind of switch gears a little bit. If I were to go from a Bierstadt like right here, and then move to a Jackson Pollock. Now a Jackson Pollock, we can see, is a little different than your typical Albert Bierstadt painting. It's what they call abstract. Now, I love Albert Bierstadt's paintings. I am not a fan of Jackson Pollock. Now, is that okay? Yeah. Do you like Jackson Pollock's painting right here? Sweet. That's your opinion. That is the beautiful thing about art. That's one of my favorite things about art is you can have a healthy discussion about something, not like it, or maybe not have the same idea about it, but you can both recognize that it's art. The Pollock is just not my taste. I know there are some students out there that like Pollock. I know a lot of people that like Pollock. I appreciate Jackson Pollock, but it's just not my taste. You can like something, and it's okay that somebody else doesn't, especially in art. And when I think of one other thing that is just like that, I think of music. Now, music to me is about as important as the visual arts, drawing and painting, stuff like that. I've always loved music. When I was 5 years old, I was, listening to my dad's cassette tapes of the Beatles, the Beach Boys, Kiss, Aerosmith. And I wanted to completely immerse myself in music back then. I used to play with my little 6-inch G.I. Joe action figures, and I'd set them up like the Beatles, like they were playing on the end of the Hard Day's Night movie. And dated reference right there, I get it. But music has always been important to me. So when I was a kid, I was listening to things like the Beatles and the Beach Boys and stuff like that, as I said. Now, as I got into grade school, I realized that my friends didn't listen to that stuff. And it was hard to understand for me because I couldn't understand why everybody didn't listen to the Beatles. I would go hang out with my friends and they would want to listen to, like, the majority of the kids would want to listen to stuff that I had never heard of. And I was kind of embarrassed that I didn't know that, and also I was embarrassed that I was kind of the odd man out with, my music. And it wasn't okay to me back then. I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to have an opinion like everybody else. And as I got into like middle school and high school, I realized that I didn't need to have the same opinion that everybody else had on music. I can like the Beatles, and if they don't like the Beatles, that's their problem. The Beatles are awesome. I can like the Beach Boys. I can listen to Nirvana. I can listen to Blind Melon. All these cool bands. And then if my friends like them, that's okay. And if they don't, that's okay too. They can listen to Van Halen. They can go listen to Warrant. They can go listen to Poison. Stuff that, again, not my taste, but I respect the fact that my friends like this because it is something that connects to them. The Bierstadt connects to me. The Jackson Pollock doesn't connect to me. But the Pollock connects to a lot of people. He's a very famous artist. He sold a lot of paintings, so obviously he connects to somebody. And I respect that. So with music and art, I see them kind of like the same thing. My grandma loves classical music, Mozart, Beethoven, Bach. When I was younger, I didn't like them. But I respected the fact that my grandma liked them. And now, I love Beethoven. Beethoven is awesome. Bach, beautiful. Mozart. If you don't listen to classical music, you should. Classical music's amazing. So with art, music, creativity, you can like something and it's okay that, maybe a couple of your friends don't care for it either. That's okay. That's the great thing about art and music is there's something for everybody. Now, how we're gonna connect art and music right here is I'm actually really excited about this. So I don't know if you remember, if you were here last year, we had somebody come to assembly, back when we could have assemblies. We had an assembly where my friend Tony came and played a few songs for us. And one song I remember is he played the alphabet backwards. And he asked, I remember one thing he said, try to figure out if you can figure out what I'm doing. And it took me like forever. And I was standing next to Mrs. Hill, and I remember she got it right away. And I was like, what is she doing? Why is she singing the alphabet backwards? Oh, I get it. So what we are going to do is we're going to help Tony Pete create a music video. And I'm so stoked about this because you know that I love working with video. I direct and produce the CW Morning Show. I help produce the Sharpie series. I love making videos. And so I'm gonna help make a music video right here, and you're gonna help me make the music video too. And how we're gonna do this is his song is called When I Grow Up, and it's about what you wanna be when you grow up. And what you need to think about is what you wanna be when you grow up. You're probably thinking, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm gonna be in the NBA. Don't worry, I'm gonna be shooting 3-pointers like it rains on a Saturday. What we are gonna do is we're gonna help illustrate Mr. Tony Pete's music video. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a picture of an occupation that you wanna be when you grow up. You are going to do it. It doesn't need to be, a self-portrait. I know a lot of my kindergartners already did this lesson, but I think with everything we learned lately, I think we can come up with some cool drawings. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a picture of you when you grow up, what you want to be when you grow up. You're going to draw a picture of yourself as an astronaut. You're going to draw yourself as a picture as a WWE wrestler. You're going to draw yourself as a picture, as a principal, as a doctor, a construction worker. There's so many cool things that you can draw yourself as. And I want you to really think about it too. I would like it if you draw it to the best of your ability. I would love it if it's colored in marker, but if it's not in marker, crayon is fine too. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these drawings and we're going to turn them into Mr. Tony Pete's music video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so stoked to have my first official guest on the Mr. Rodriguez Show. And that is Mr. Tony Pete. Mr. Tony Pete, why don't you introduce yourself and maybe tell people, a little bit about what you do.
Hi, Mr. Rodriguez. Happy to be on the show today. My name is Tony Pete, and I am a songwriter and musician, meaning I write songs and then I play them for people.
Excellent. Hey, how long have you played music?
How long have I been playing music for? Well, I've always been a music fan my whole life growing up. And there was a guitar under my parents' bed. My dad got it some time when I was a kid and just always stayed there. No one ever picked it up or anything. So when I was about 16, I pulled it out and taught myself how to play it. So I've been playing since I've been 16 years old, essentially.
Cool. Hey, why don't you tell everybody about the song that we're going to make the music video for?
Well, I think it would be so cool if everyone helped me make a video for my song when I grow up. It's a song about all the things that I want to be when I grow up. So, a spaceman, an athlete, and a cowboy. I think it'd be really cool. We use our imaginations, use our creativity, and together we can make a really cool video for it.
Now, a little shameless self-promotion. Mr. Tony actually played on an album that I did, and I know that he plays a lot of instruments. Mr. Tony, how many instruments do you actually play?
I can play lots of different instruments. I can play guitar and mandolin, banjo, piano, bass, accordion. I can play accordion. No one ever wants me to play accordion, but I can play it. There's a lot of different weird instruments I could play. Dulcimer, lap steel. So I have fun just picking up new instruments and learning them.
Learning instruments is a lot of fun. I can attest to that. Last thing, how do you think music connects to art or is a form of art?
Well, I think music is like art because both things you create. You use your imagination to make something out of nothing, essentially. Whether it's art or music. I mean, with music, you could just pound piano keys, and it doesn't even have to sound good. I mean, some art doesn't look good, so I think there's probably someone out there who likes it. You could probably find somebody on Spotify who likes people pounding on piano music. So I think it's fun because there's so many different ways you could express yourself, and I don't know. I think it kind of goes hand in hand with art.
Awesome. Hey, Mr. Tony, thank you for stopping by.
Okay, thanks again for having me on the show. Bye, everybody.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a rock star and hear crowds roar. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a spaceman.
I'm so excited to see this in action because this music video is going to premiere on the CW Morning Show in January. So at the end of the month, this music video is going to premiere solely for the CW Morning Show. And then it'll probably be released, on YouTube and stuff like that. But we're going to debut it on the CW Morning Show. So be on the lookout for that. That's awesome. So I am so stoked to see how this turns out. The only thing that I ask is don't write your name on the front. Put it on the back of your paper. And you do not need to hand this in physically because I need just a photo of it in order for it to go onto the music video. I just need a photo. So ask your mom, ask your dad, can you take a good high quality photo of this? And we're gonna put it on there. Maybe you can do it in the style that we did the mystery drawing where, you're sitting there, hey, smile, with your picture. But I'm more focused on getting a good high quality photo of your picture. So ask mom or dad to take a picture with their phone and email it to me or submit it to the Google Classroom. That would be sweet too, you can do that as well. 5th grade, I'm gonna ask to do in the style of our emotive pop art portraits. Remember? Where the face tells the story. You don't need to follow the rules about the primary colors. You can use any colors you want. Just make sure good, bold outline. So, I would like it. Everybody, draw in pencil, trace in a Sharpie or black marker, color it in marker, crayon if that's all you have. Write your name on the back of the paper, not the front. If it's on the front, I most likely won't be able to use it. And then have your mom or dad take a photo and submit it, email it to me, submit it to Google Classroom. This is gonna be awesome. I'm connecting 2 of my favorite things in the entire world, art and music. I can't wait to see your drawings. Catch you next time, CW.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a spaceman, 'cause spacemen soar. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a princess and wear a crown. When I grow up, I'm gonna join the circus and clown around. Yes, I will be anything that I wanna be. You should believe in me, have faith and you're gonna see. Climb the highest mountains, swim on the salty seas. When I grow up, I'm gonna be me. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a scientist and stare at the sun. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a doctor and save someone. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a cowboy, ride my horse all day. When I grow up, I'm gonna be an athlete and make the winning play. Yes, I will be anything that I wanna be. You should believe in me, have faith and you're gonna see. Climb the highest mountains, swim all the salty seas. When I grow up, I'm gonna be me. Yes, I will be anything that I wanna be. You should believe in me, have faith and you're gonna see. Climb the highest mountains, swim all the salty seas. When I grow up, I'm gonna be me.